Okay, so
I have known Amy for over 13 years, and she's never failed to amaze me with her gentility, creativity, and hubris.
thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, Jessica, don't make me laugh. She ran this thrift shop, and I would find great stuff to use in my artwork, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always prowling all the thrift shops for years.
That's when
and
I was
years.
in witness protection. But now I'm out.
Zip your lip.
Now I can talk about it.
I hope the mic's working because this is great.
Barry was one of the first people to show me out here in the Hamptons back in the 80s.
Wow!
And
Yeah.
you believed in it.
I still do.
I'm here with Scott and Megan
We're so happy to be together.
and Connie. She's representing Connie and Scott's representing William to pick up their awards.
Yes,
Happily.
so great. All together with Amy.
Did you know that Bill managed Monty for a comedy act one time?
Yes.
Oh, we told you that story?
Yes.
Okay.
Man behind the camera.
Last year I created the Hamptons Artists Hall of Fame because several reasons. Number one, I realized that that there has been a serious appreciation, a value, and a rediscovery from around the world of artists that were here in this art mecca of the Hamptons in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And I kept getting calls from around the world, from galleries, auction houses, press, art consultants that wanted to know, like, who else is in line? Who else do you have there that we can write about and market and promote and maybe sell their art? And I said, wow, this is like such a fertile area of so many artists. And many of the artists, sadly, have just been, overlooked in history. And it's just sort of how it is, a lot of it was marketing, a lot of it was luck, a lot of it was timing. But there's such great accomplished artists, and they need to be recognized and saluted. And this is why we created this Hall of Fame here. So I'm excited because I want to thank everybody for coming. So our next inductee is, everybody knows, Amy Zerner. Amy Zerner is a multi-disciplinary artist and a recipient of the National Endowment of the Arts Visual Artists Fellowship Grant in the category of painting. She attended Pratt Institute and has made a home in East Hampton, where she now lives with her husband, the author Monty Farber. She's exhibited all over the Hamptons and was represented by the M&M Fine Art Gallery in Southampton. Her unique collage style combines various fabrics using textiles and found objects to create visually stunning and stimulating and meaningful works. Besides that, she has sold one-of-a-kind art couture jackets, coats, and pieces at Bergdorf Goodman for 24 years, along with her unique jewelry designs. Her tapestries and collages are included in the collections of many prominent individuals such as Oprah, Shirley MacLaine, Elizabeth Taylor, Patti Bell, Martha Stewart, and Michael J. Fox. She has had many one-person shows and venues such as the Myers Gallery at the State University at Plattsburgh, University of North Texas Art Space, East Kentucky University Giles Gallery, the Las Vegas Cultural Center, and the Islip Art Museum. Her work has been in many shows, including the Museum of Craft, the Lebanon Gallery, Collage Art Gallery, the Parish and Guild Hall. And amazingly, also, her artwork and best-selling Mind, Body, Spirit books are the tools that she created with Monty, with nearly 3 million copies in print in 18 languages. And I believe they're working on a current documentary, The Legacy of Love and Creativity, and will be released this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Amy Zerner.
Thank you so much, Rick. I mean, I'm so honored to be part of this esteemed company of other artists. I've shown out here for so many years. Kimberly, I showed with you and your mother, Elaine, so often way back in the 70s. I saw Vered here, and I showed with her for so many years. And to know that I love being part of this community. I mean, there's so many artists. I knew Connie, I knew Bill. I have some of Bill's sculptures. He gave us a sculpture called Merlin. He said, Merlin should live in your house. And we love it. It's in our living room. And I saw Nick's parents around town. They were such a handsome couple. Your mother was regal and beautiful. But that's the thing, living out here, you get to know all these people. And now I know even more. I love all the stories and the backstories. Elizabeth Cuevas, we knew and had dinner a few times. And she loved to talk about astrology with us. So she was an Aquarius. She was a true Aquarius. And the artists out here are so open-minded. I mean, and especially Audrey, who was one of my closest friends. And I know she would be very proud of this moment because she was a mentor and always guided me. She always told me to stay out of the art world. So I kind of did in my own way. You know, I went and did fashion, we did books, and always did my own thing. I really appreciate you acknowledging that. Because we all have our own path, and there's no formula. And I love hearing the stories of how all of the other people that are being inducted found their way. And there's so much support in this community. I moved here in 1967, and I moved from a very small town in Pennsylvania, and my parents wanted to move, so I didn't. So they pulled out a map of New York State. This was 67. I looked on the map, it said Springs 50 people. It was an old map. And they actually moved out here and bought a house. And when they moved out, they called me. I was still in Pennsylvania being a cheerleader. And they said, you're going to love it because de Kooning lives around the corner. I said, who's de Kooning? So naturally found out, but it was very auspicious. What place is like this with the culture and the artists and the creativity? So just to close on that note, and thank you, Rick. This is very special.
And there we have it, eight great artists from the East End that are being recognized.